Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast series of Uneecops Insights, where we will be demystifying e-governance with the stalwarts of the industry. I am Sushant Dubey. I am the CEO of e-governance practice at Uneecops Technologies Limited. So let me start this episode by stating a quote from Gopal Das Neeraj. आज की दुनिया में सबसे कठिन काम है चुपचाप सही काम करते रहना. In today's world, the hardest thing is to keep doing right thing quietly. When we talk about e-governance today, we often talk about platform, policies, dashboards, or scale. What we speak about far less are the people behind them, those who made decisions when there were no templates, no precedents, and often no applause. For last few decades, India's e-governance journey has quietly transformed how citizens interact with the state, sometimes visibly, many times invisibly. Behind that transformation are the individuals who led at the intersection of technology, policies, and public service, long before the phrases like e-governance or public digital infrastructure became the part of our vocabulary. This series is an attempt to slow down and listen to those stories, not to the timelines or success stories, but to the decisions, doubts, and discipline it takes to build systems that are meant to serve millions, and in our case, India, billions. Our hope is that these conversations offer something meaningful to young professionals looking to build purposeful careers, to officers navigating change in the system, or to anyone who is curious about how governance evolves with the technology, to making policies, systems, or services better for citizens at scale. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege today to speak to someone whose journey exactly represents what Neeraj has described. Doing the right work consistently, quietly, across some of the most foundational projects in India. Welcome, Mr. D.C. Misra. मिश्रा जी, मैंने आपकी यात्रा के सिर्फ बहुत एक छोटा सा हिस्सा बताया है और अब मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि आप अपनी यात्रा के बारे में हमसे अपने एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करिए और अपने बारे में बताइए.
Thank you. At the outset, let me thank you and the Uneecops to invite me in Insight Podcast Series. It's a privilege to be here to share our details of our professional journey. I come from rural area. My hometown is Etawah. I studied in Kanpur Crisis College and thereafter JNU. So initial 13, 14 years I spent in a village, lived the life and enjoyed the Grameen background. And thereafter I moved to Kanpur and did 10th, 12th and so on and so forth from Crisis College. And thereafter, I was more keen to join the civil services. So with that attraction, took the admission in JNU. And somehow the other, while doing MSc Physics, I was more attracted to analog computers. Mm-hmm. That was in our lab, and two of us, one of my friend, and we were given that was not working. And we have to see the AND and NOR and all gates and make sure it does the basic calculation, 2 + 2, 4, and voltage changes and all, and we could make it work. But I had no inkling what the computer means, and I'm talking about 83. When we came to JNU, I applied for life science, environmental science, computer science. I got selected in all three. Opted for computer science because there was a scholarship. And I would have got a scholarship there other also, but it was more because maybe something what we did in MSc, something better or similar lines of computers will be there here also. And took the admission in MPhil /MTech. So we had an option to switch over the same course, same time to MTech degree also, but I preferred MPhil. But the idea was to write civil services exam, and next 2 years I invested in writing exam, qualifying prelim and going. But somewhere it was realized that it's going to be a difficult journey. And I was finding it difficult to slog on the 13 hours, 14 hours kind of journey. So I abandoned the path. I said it's much better. And the same time, the offer from couple of organizations had also come, like DRDO, Institute of Armament Technology, and so on and so forth. NIC, C dot.
So NIC it would be at a very beginning stage, right?
Just raw, hardly 500 people were there.
And we are talking about which year now?
85. 85. I was just passing out. In fact, I had not done my dissertation, but I had given up the civil services. And 85, my interview took place, and I had to do the dissertation, so I took the extension from NIC. And I joined in May 1986, National Informatics Centre. And I had worked during this JNU duration, doing my project work. We had worked using Fortran. PCs were just arriving. PC, PCXT, PC 80286, 386 base system, or 8088 base systems, 2 floppy drive, and that kind of scenario. And DOS 3.0, 3.20, pre-Windows workstation were evolving. So when we came to NIC, though my father was in a government job, state government job, cooperative department in Uttar Pradesh.
So which place in Uttar Pradesh you are from?
I am from Etawah.
Acha.
My ancestral place is Etawah. I was born in Allahabad, studied in Kanpur. So
उत्तर प्रदेश में आपकी जर्नी रही है?
हाँ, फैले रहे.
और इटावा का उतना ही नाम था जितना अभी कुछ सालों पहले तक था? अच्छा, मतलब या
उससे
किसी
ज्यादा
दूसरी
था.
वजह से
अभी थोड़ा कम हो गया है.
हाँ.
उसके पहले ज्यादा था. कारण और थे.
हाँ.
We are very close to Chambal ravines, Yamuna ravines, so obviously you can make out.
Yes.
So एक फियर था कि गवर्नमेंट की नौकरी का मतलब है कहीं किसी कोने में बैठाल दिए जाओगे और पता नहीं. So though I finished my thesis work by March, I took 2 months extension and I went All India tour. I had a scholarship money. So went to Kanyakumari, Ajanta, Ellora, thinking that पता नहीं मौका मिले या न मिले, आप घूम घाम लो जब चित्त शांत हो जाए. तो anyway, finally I joined in May 86. I was given posting in Delhi, and that time a new project was emerging called CRISP, Computerized Rural Information System Project, that was sponsored by Ministry of Rural Development. That time Department of Rural Development was part of agriculture. And I was asked that being from rural area, would you like to join? I said happily. The idea was to return back to the system, something at that stage also, honestly. And we started working. There was a team of 5 people, and an NIC first time and only time an IAS officer came on deputation was Mr. Sanjay Das Gupta, who was Karnataka cadre, who became first IT secretary of the country in Karnataka. He was on deputation because he used PCXT in Karwar irrigation project, command area development project, to process the data. And he was brought, the planning commission team went there and observed good use of computer. So he was encouraged to come to the center and do something in collaboration with NIC. So he came to NIC. And so he had formed a team of 3-4 people. One of them was from IIT Kharagpur, my dear friend T.T. Prasad, who is in USA now. And I was also posted, and I joined as a Class 1 Gazetted Officer post.
So it was Principal System Analyst or?
No, Systems Analyst.
Systems Analyst.
Systems Analyst, Group A post, entry post in NIC. So that's how JNU days were quite eventful. A person coming from town or rural area getting a wide exposure in terms of computer science, in terms of social life, college life, university life. I was member of JNU Student Union also. from computer science, and that is the first time we attended those days. CSI Mela used to
Acha.
happen, annual Mela in Calcutta. I took my entire team.
Mhm.
So I was enrolled for PhD, but then job was something which was more demanded. Being from rural area, parents were pressurizing. So I discontinued and joined National Informatics Centre, and incidentally ended up in a group which was working for rural data processing, rural development ministry. Yeah.
So before we go further, let me tell you that when we are talking about e-governance, we are really talking about how technology has supported governance, making policies, platforms, and systems work better for citizens at scale. So, sir, my next question would be, and it is a bit similar to what I have asked. You said you have lived across multiple states, many states within UP, and Etawah was a place. How that environment, or say, tell us, what was the growing up like in that city, and how that environment might have shaped your initial interest in technology.
Rural areas of those days were not very different, not a radical transformation. Yes, things were happening, but they didn't explicitly lead me for technology. I was more of an administration type. I was nourishing myself to become an administrator.
So, towards like a IAS or
Towards civil services, particularly be it a UP Public Service Commission or national. But the event in Masters in Physics, I told you, the analog computer dealing with, did trigger somewhere that this is one area which could be interesting.
Oh, while doing your master's?
A master's in physics from Kanpur Christ College, and subsequently, call it fate or maybe, I took the admission in computer science, where I had to do minimum work while preparing for UPSC exam. That also, I didn't feel bad or odd, very odd against the technology. I said things were emerging slowly. The raw form of internet, Orkut, and those things were emerging, attracting, but not very significantly. To be honest, being from rural area, government job with pension was predominant factor. Be it UPSC, because of power, and be it computer science, NIC, dot or something, government job with pension was the focus.
So
if I reflect back today.
Correct. And was there a barrier ever with the language, English or Hindi or that kind of stuff?
Oh no, I didn't. I
Never.
didn't feel, though I did my 8th class from Village, Kanpur did shape me for better English, and JNU sharpened it to some extent, large extent. I wasn't proficient, but I was good to express myself, to consume. Part of the union also require you to deliver these speeches and all that, and I could do adequately well.
And what did the technology at that point of time actually meant? Just say, आज if I talk to a youth, technologies, AI, mobile applications, people, the Gen Z, or in fact Gen Alpha is coming. They are born with a mobile in the hand. So, talking technology separately, it's something which is difficult. But how was it at that point of a time when you entered your masters or even before graduation?
When we were entering 86, 87, the bank computerization, our exposure to the technology was bank computerization, the
core
railway
banking
ticket
applications.
computerization were the edges where we were touching quite frequently, going to the bank, getting a scholarship. And at the same time, a book was coming, Jack Sellel, Technological Society. So in JNU, I was a voracious reader, all kind of material to be read. And there was a book which came to my hand, Technological Society. It's a seminal work on how technology shapes you. That left a lasting impression that take it or drop it, technology will impact you.
Excellent.
The pen was technology once upon a time. Now it has woven into fabric over day-to-day life, and we don't realize the pen is a technology.
Is a
Bus is a technology.
Correct.
Train is technology.
Correct. Because that is something we are living daily.
It has become part of
Part
it.
of
It's
us.
like today we talk about wearable computing, pervasive computing.
Correct.
It has become that.
Correct.
So the Mark Weaver once said that most profound technologies are those which disappear into the fabric of the society. They are profound technology.
Exactly.
Nothing where you have to position itself, and that's how it is moving. If you look at what Jack Sellel says, mainframe, microframe, desktop, laptop, mobile, wearable computing, you don't have to change for it. In desktop, we have to position ourselves that we have to. Laptop made us more comfortable. Mobile is more
Further,
comfortable.
yes.
Wearable computing has made. That's how technology is shaping you.
Correct.
Take it or drop it. It will ride on you.
Oh, what a wonderful way to explain. Excellent.
These two works, I think every new Gen Z must read it, and they were written long back, and it's like a forecast for the times to come. And so that's how it was more reading the books which was leaving the impression, while same time UPSC preparation was going on, history, geography, everything was being prepared, qualified the prelim. But somehow at that point of time, I estimated I was good at what I cannot do, or I'm not doing well. And one fine day after even 3 months preparation, 2 months preparation, I took a call. Should I continue or not? No.
For IS.
For IS.
So you dropped it.
I dropped it.
You dropped the preparation itself.
Preparation itself. And I had offers waiting for me to join where I am taking extension. So I joined National Informatics Centre because it was
This
a
is
pure
after your
government
MPhil.
and pensionable job.
And this is after your MPhil.
This is after my MPhil, taking 2 months extension, doing all India visits, ORG, MARG, and DRDO, CDOT, and NIC.
So you had the offers.
These 5 offers were there with me.
And you joined NIC.
I joined NIC.
National Informatics Centre.
National Informatics Centre. And it became my home for next 35, 36 years.
Excellent. There are many questions which have popped to my mind just now because you have explained it so beautifully. But the first one, so you believe reading is a good habit which every youngster or even the people at age should follow if they are not doing it? Because I think it significantly changes the way people think at a time.
Absolutely. And reading not from YouTube, not from books.
Books.
Because you read and it soaks in. You can't do it fast.
Correct.
You absorb it. In the YouTube, you can increase the speed and it'll just not stay in your mind.
Just listen to the summary.
It flows like a flood, where any season flood, water goes. But when it slowly read it, it goes into mind, it transforms you.
So
if you don't read it, you are dying slowly. I mean it.
Excellent.
In my house, please visit sometime, you will see almirahs filled with books. For rest of my personal space is just another almirah where all the clothings are there. Because I have already occupied more space, so everybody. So I'm saying today also, I mean, I am always reading some book.
Very nice. So what is that you are reading now these days?
Nowadays I am reading Hindi literature by Govind Mishra, the Lal Pili Diwarein. It's a big signature on the rural background. So I figured out the books on the rural background like Raag Darwari, like Lal Pili, Maila Achal, Parti Par Katha. There are books which describes rural India so well, exhaustively. And I have been there, so I can match it, whether the writer is coming close to the reality or making his imagination.
तो ये प्रेमचंद जी ने जैसे रूरल इंडिया का विवरण दिया था,
गोदान
उसी तरह का.
हाँ, उसी तरह से. राग दरबारिया पढ़िए, श्रीलाल शुक्ला की, आप फणीश्वरनाथ रेणु को पढ़िए, धर्मवीर भारती को मतलब इन लोगों ने
धर्मवीर भारती तो
हाँ, ग्रामीण भारत को सारा आकाश है अवस्थी जी, राजन जी की, तो अद्भुत दृश्य पे जो ये आज की जनरेशन बिना गांव जाए गांव को जान सकती है. ऐसे ही हमने टेक्नोलॉजी को देखा है. उस समय तो इतनी ज्यादा इमेजिनेशन नहीं थी, तो जैक सेलल ने जो लिख दिया कि ये दृश्य आने वाले हैं और वही अब अनफोल्ड हो रहे हैं, तो मुझे तो 86 में दिख रहा था कि क्या होने वाला है.
So which one book you will suggest to the young generation or the people who are in your field today?
I think they should read Mark Weaver, Pervasive Computing, or Technological Society.
Okay.
By Jack Sellel.
And if you had to describe yourself in, your younger self in one word, what it be?
Passion. Passion. Being from, I was doing with the Ministry of Rural Development, those time NREP, RLEGP, and the rural development, poverty alleviation schemes, area development scheme, to read them, to understand them, and go up to the district level, prepare software for it at NIC, and try to roll it out at the district level. So the CRISP project was meant to support data processing facilities at district level. Computerized Rural Information System project. It was sponsored by Ministry of Rural Development, 10 pilot districts. The PCAT was given, and Cuttack, Hazaribagh, and those were the days when we used to go, and coconut breaking ceremony used to happen. When I went first time to Hazaribagh, Mr. Pandey was district collector, and
Hazaribagh,
Bihar, all backward district, Betul. Similarly, Cuttack was the Cuttack, and so 24 Pargana. 10 districts were taken where pilot was ran, 1 year pilot ran, and we developed the software using Clipper Basic, compiled it, loaded it there, basically to capture the data of those poverty alleviation schemes and generate monthly report to be sent to state government or central government, or facilitate local, whether the funds are consumed adequately, kitna bacha hai, kis bank mein, kis khate mein kitna bacha hai.
So this was at district level,
panchayati level. There used to be an agency called DRDA, District Rural Development, aaj bhi hai. So they coordinate the poverty alleviation RD schemes. तो उनके ऑफिस में जिला स्तर पे ही लगाया गया था, और कंप्यूटर 1 साल के बाद भारत सरकार ने डिसीजन लिया कि प्रोजेक्ट सही है और इसको पूरे देश में चलाया जाए.
और उस समय इंटरनेट तो था नहीं?
नहीं, इंटरनेट नहीं था.
तो वही सर्वर पीसी?
हाँ, पीसी मोडम तब तक आ गया था, और अलायंस वर इमर्जिंग, सो द प्रोजेक्ट वाज एक्सपेंडेड टू एंटायर कंट्री, एंड ऑल स्टेट गवर्नमेंट वाज गिवन अ फाइनेंशियल सैंक्शन कि इतने में आप खरीद लो और डिस्ट्रिक्ट में लगाओ, और ये सॉफ्टवेयर है.
तो उस समय ये जो सरकारी ऑफिसेज में ऑफिसर्स होते थे या ब्यूरोक्रेट्स होते थे उस समय, हाउ फ्रेंडली दे वर इन टर्म्स ऑफ यूजिंग कंप्यूटर्स?
See, so there are 2 categories of people. One is the direct civil services guys. They're very young. They will receive you with interest. But then you don't happen to meet collector.
Correct.
Every now and then he will just meet you and tell the people, bhai inko liye exam karo, direction de diya. But the second rank of people who were 45 plus, क्या लड़का आ गया है कल का, और मतलब
क्या बातें
कर रहे हैं, मतलब कर लेने दो इनको, मतलब एक पुटिंग यू ऑन एज, भाई कर लो, जाओ जल्दी से, मतलब कुछ
मतलब इनसिग्निफिकेंस दिखाना कि इससे कुछ होगा नहीं.
It was they were right in their sense. Of course they had resistance to change, but that time they were not scared. They knew it was going to die out.
ये विश्वास था.
हाँ, ये विश्वास था. स्केयर, जो डर की फीलिंग है, वो 94-95 में आनी शुरू हुई, जब
उन्होंने होते देखा
कि कुछ हो गया, बैंक वालों ने कर दिया है, स्टाफ भी नहीं, फिर भी डरे हुए थे कि कितना चला जाएगा, कितना बचेगा. लैंड रिकॉर्ड प्रोजेक्ट तब तक, मतलब इट वाज एंटरिंग इनटू द सिस्टम, द आर्टरीज एंड वीन्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, एंड द लेखपाल एंड पटवारी वाज गेटिंग स्केयर्ड कि कहां तक जाएगा ये.
ये चीजें कितनी कॉमन है नहीं सर, बिकॉज अगर आप अभी भी देखिए तो रेजिस्टेंस होता है कि मैं जिस तरह से काम कर रहा हूँ, द वे आई एम वर्किंग, व्हाई शुड आई चेंज, एंड फियर इज बिकॉज लाइक दैट फियर इज फॉर एआई नाउ, whether I'll be in the job or I'll not be in the job. That kind of a feeling has been spread across in many ways. But like you said, when ERP came, there were a lot of issue. When core banking was coming, there were a lot of issues. But then over a time, people realized that the people who adapted themselves to use these technologies, to use these systems, basically became more efficient. और ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि बहुत सारी unemployment के issues आए.
आपने तुलना जो की है ना, AI का डर उन लोगों में है जो बीटेक, MCA, MSc किए हुए हैं.
हाँ.
पूर्णतया शिक्षित, एंड दे आर ऑलरेडी हेविली एक्सपोज टू टेक्नोलॉजी. सो इनके डर का जो गुण है, गुणवत्ता है, वो डिफरेंट है जो जिला के नीचे वाले लोगों के साथ है.
जी.
उनको एक तो टेक्नोलॉजी का कोई पढ़े हुए, उनको 25-30 साल हो गए होते हैं एमए किए हुए,
करेक्ट.
और वो ज्वाइंट डायरेक्टर या सेक्शन ऑफिसर वाले लोग होते हैं जिनके हाथ में जो सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल की सत्ता पूरी तरह उनके हाथ में केंद्रित होती है. जनजीवन की मतलब वो क्या तय करेंगे, किसको लोन मिलेगा, किस आधार पे लोन मिलेगा, किसको इंदिरा आवास योजना का, वो सब उनके हाथों में, लिस्ट उनके हाथों में होती थी.
करेक्ट.
तो उनका डर
उस तरह का
था,
सत्ता जाने का.
हाँ, सत्ता जाने का, क्योंकि वो स्टेटस सिंबल थे समाज में उस सत्ता की वजह से. तो उनको तो, लेकिन 86 to 90 दिस वाज नॉट देयर. ठीक है, आए हैं, ये चले जाएंगे. कई जगह मैंने वो पढ़ा है चेहरे पे कि आए हैं, ठीक है, लगा के ट्रेनिंग करने आए हैं, चले जाएंगे, 3 बार आएंगे, खराब हो जाएगा, सिस्टम मेंटेन नहीं करने आएगा, जो अपने यहाँ प्रथा रही है
जी.
उसी समय एनआईसी का प्रोजेक्ट डिस्निक शुरू हुआ, जिसमें एनआईसी ने भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्ट्रेट में, ये तो डीआरडीए में लगा था, विच यूज्ड टू बी सेपरेट और सम टाइम इन द कैंपस ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, बट एनआईसी ने डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कलेक्टर के ऑफिस के पास में ही कैंपस में कंप्यूटराइजेशन प्रोग्राम शुरू किया, जिसमें 386 मशीन, प्रिंटर वगैरह वगैरह, अलॉन्ग विद मैन पावर, और साथ में सी बैंड बेस्ड, सैटेलाइट बेस्ड एंटीना फॉर निकनेट कम्युनिकेशन, वो भी स्थापित करना शुरू किया, जिससे डेटा माइग्रेशन
आसान हो जाए.
तो लोगों में नेक्स्ट लेवल की लहर दौड़ी की अब कुछ
थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस
स्थायी लेवल पे कुछ होने वाला है, इसलिए डरने भी लगो या तैयार होने लगो.
गेट रेडी.
तो मैंने वो गुणात्मक परिवर्तन होते देखे हैं, मतलब जो प्रशासन के जिला लेवल पे है.
So do you believe patience is very critical in government functionaries across? And I mean, how you would say that patience is really required for many of these
Patience
things?
is required for change makers. Change makers to not to get wild or not. We cannot. The Indian society has been going on the pace of so-called Hindu pace. Radicalism is never accepted in our society, and nothing gets transformed overnight. So it has to be a slow pace. People are likely to accept you in a greater degree if you force them with impact. We have seen in many cases, entropy, physical laws also says entropy will change, will increase. So go with the physical principle, you will have like higher order of acceptance rather than zero.
Okay, so now coming to, was there a failure when you started all this, the way you approached the system and then you changed the course to make something successful, all the projects which you started in the beginning or at the later stage?
It takes time. Take case of, I'll go back to the CRISP project itself became so popular, and the government of Sri Lanka invited us. They also have a they used to call BDO as assistant government agent. That kind of names were there of the government posts, and our team had gone. That was my first foreign trip, Sri Lanka, and demonstrated there. It was appreciated, and they also wanted to develop. They also have something. Professor Samar Naike was there, if I recall correctly, and they were appreciating that your country is lucky that you have NIC, because industry had not grown at that point of time, and NIC was leading the transformation in a big way. That was there, and the NIC had gone to the states. In all the states, the state head offices were getting established, and NIC was doing big project. I was also given a responsibility to coordinate. So in Delhi, NIC, you always have a senior officer to coordinate a function of a state, call it state coordinator. I was very junior at that point of time, senior systems analyst. I had got one promotion in 90, and Dr. Sheshgiri, the legendary, and I'm grateful. So he called me that there was a project of RD which was to be executed in government of Sikkim, and they were asking 40,000 from Ministry of Rural Development. Secretary RD called Dr. Sheshgiri, why should I pay 40,000 when you are there? Dr. Sheshgiri said that they are the only state which have not agreed with our MOU, and so we are not operating there. But kindly note that Sikkim was the last state, Chogyal dynasty, in 75 to merge with NIC, merge with India, effectively under constitution, and there were still voices of sulking, why did it happen and all that. So they were not signing. पता नहीं भारत सरकार आके क्या सूचना ले जाएगी. So there was a one bureaucrat, Mr. L.B. Chetri. He said, what MOU? I said, we want, Dr. Sheshgiri said that we just want space for our office to set up, put the computers, water, electricity, security. Rest we will manage. He says, granted. He said, MOU. He said, send your person. And I was picked up. I didn't, and that time there was no weather conditioning and all. I asked him, sir, what kind of clothes and all? He said, it will be winter. For him, it was just winter, and it was December month, and I landed up there with a half sweater in Bagdogra and took to the Gangtok, and I was asked to make presentation using a storyboard with the chief secretary and all secretaries. What NIC can do and will be doing, and what is this MOU contains for. They signed it on the spot. Dr. Sheshgiri had signed it and given it to me. And so that was the last state where I became signatory to NIC association, and I led the operations for next 7 years in Sikkim. Their population was hardly 2 lakh, and one floppy was good enough for any kind of database.
One floppy?
Obviously.
Oh, yes.
And they were doing some survey data of population. It was done. It was done, and they were very happy. And then we led to recruitment and expansion in 4 districts and all. So that's how we were graduating to bigger projects in NIC.
So जब हम floppy की बात कर रहे हैं, so let me tell you that we are talking about KBs, not even MBs.
छोटे-छोटे summary data उनको चाहिए था floppy.
Yes, कई लोगों ने देखा भी नहीं होगा floppy. That's why I'm saying. And दूसरा sir, since you talked about NIC and we are using NIC क्योंकि हम लोग जानते हैं, अगर आप सबके लिए, if you can tell what exactly NIC, why it was established, and what is your, what does NIC stand for you even after working as an institution, say, after working so many years. And when I say this, I mean that beyond the workplace. एक तो NIC के बारे में you can tell us what, it is part of MIT and what all. And then what does it mean for you beyond the workplace?
See, Dr. Sheshgiri was the first founder DG of NIC. And NIC was first, it started as a UNDP project. And subsequently, UNDP project, the then government realized the benefit of it. And it was converted into, within the Department of Electronics, a full-fledged project, a full-fledged unit in 75, 76, I guess. So first Asian Games were all automation was done by NIC, landline using and all. I also heard them as stories, and Asian Games was big. They were just ended when I joined. So NIC's mandate was to apply and promote information technology in all the layers of the government.
Basically starting off
central government, department, ministries, attached organizations, state government, district administration. So NIC set up the offices and we have our unit. NIC units are present in all the ministries, all the state government headquarters, district administration, 2 people are there, along with the network connectivity. So the first radical transformation took by the network.
NICNet, what we call it?
NICNet was the subsequently NKN came, and NIC kept reinventing its form. That was more for academic institution. But the NICNet was NICNet. Most of the probationers and bureaucrats were hooked with the IP number, talking to their counterpart. And this was the time of that STDs, long distance call. So you just call your person, fix the time, and keep typing this side, appearing other side. So it was happening. So NIC, no doubt, was my employer. I worked with the passion, and I was blessed to be working with some of the finest signature in the administration and technology, who guided me and I learned from them so many things that it is just beyond word. Dr. Sheshgiri, Dr. B.K. Gairola, Dr. Vijayaditya, Dr. Shefali Das. I mean, I can go on and on the names. It will just, we'll need more time to manage. But, and similarly, not only technology, Dr. Neeta Verma, the last stint was, he was the DG and IC. I was also blessed by the admin side, the administrator. The finest signature in the contemporary times, Mr. B.N. Yugandhar. He was RD Secretary. Mr. Amarjit Sinha, Mr. Sankaran. These are Chinmay Vashu from Odisha cadre. Wazat Habibullah. I mean, if you take name of Panchayati Raj today, the name will begin from there.
Acha.
He was a Panchayati Raj Secretary. When 2005, the ministry was made, he was appointed Secretary. Vijayanandan. Mr. Vijayanandan from Kerala cadre, who drafted the 73rd, 74th Amendment, leading to introduction of word Panchayat in the Constitution and Panchayati Raj system, urban and local bodies. Mr. R.S. Tolia, who man behind the preparation of presentation to Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the then Prime Minister for creation of Uttarakhand. He was at first Chief Secretary of Dr. Suhas Pani, the legendary man. I mean, these are the people who understood technology with the same sensitivity as they were understanding the administration. Mr. Satyanarayana, Mr. R.S. Sarma, UIDI and DigiLocker. Mr. Rajiv Gaba, I happened to report to him, worked with him, learned lot many things.
He became the Secretary IT also.
Secretary IT and then Cabinet Secretary.
Cabinet Secretary.
And Mr. Amarjit Sinha, Mr. KP Krishnan, who funded us the property registrations, common preparation of property registration. And Mr. H.S. Meena, the man who spent entire his administrative career in the revenue administration policies, right from SDM to Joint Secretary, Additional Secretary, Department of Land Resources. Dr. Gyanen Tripathi, in the current crop, if you come, he's the finest bureaucrat in Assam, who is from IT, I think he's from Berkeley. Parmeshwaran Iyer, the man who ran the Swachh Bharat mission campaign. Mr. Siddharth Jain in the current crop, Andhra, he was doing survey. Mr. Samba Shiva Rao, the Kerala survey man, IT Secretary. Srinivas sir. Currently, I was working with the DRPG Secretary, Mr. Srinivasan, who has gone to now Chief Secretary, Rajasthan. I also happen to work with the CM, Mr. Conrad Sangma, Meghalaya CM. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, when he launched the Land Hub. Mr. Conrad Sangma, when we were working on Meghalaya enterprise architecture. These are the people and personalities who had a fine understanding of technology and its application to the benefit of common man for public good.
Yes.
I acknowledge their contribution, and I am thankful to them to teach me many things.
It is so nice of you to talk about the people who have shaped the e-governance in India.
Mr. D.K. Jain, many. Mr. S.N. Tripathi, he's a DG IIPA today.
I'm sure the list can go on because it's 40
Mr.
plus
T.R.
years.
Raghunandan, they are all people who were very, very, and patiently guided me.
And I think you have also worked with the father of Satya Nadella?
Mr. B.N. Yugandhar.
Ah.
Mr. B.N. Yugandhar is the person who was RD Secretary, subsequently became the
Rural
advisor.
Development Secretary.
Yeah, Rural Development Secretary, and then he became advisor to the then Prime Minister, Shri Narasimha Rao ji.
Excellent.
Mr. Amarjit Sinha became advisor. Not one or two. Mr. Rajiv Gaba became Cabinet Secretary.
Sure.
But that's their achievement. But I happen to work in association with them and learn many things. That is my advantage.
So if you are listening to us over this period of time, you will realize why I said in the beginning that the people who continue to work silently, quietly, consistently, and continue doing the right things make lots and lots of changes. And from the discussion what Misra ji is talking about, you would realize the depth which he has in the e-governance areas in India. So now we will move towards and talk about the e-governance journey of India. And in that, I can, just ask about your unique perspective of what has been the single biggest transformation in India's e-governance journey, as per your perspective. Was it in technology, the leadership intent, or citizen demand?
I would call it a situation. It's very difficult to segregate, often a good mix of them. But yes,
So you mean time?
if you look at the South Asian countries, many places the citizen demand was ignored, and that led to unrest, be it a public service delivery or transformation within the government. But often public service in India, it was a twin strategy, be it by MIT, proactively creating a swan, proactively creating the common service centers, proactively creating mission mode project, and subsequently giving them a proper shape and ensuring or e-district program, promoting the service delivery online. See, if you only promote service delivery without doing transformation process reform within the government, you're likely to fail. And the public will get unrest. They will apply for birth certificate, death certificate, your processes are not there, you will deliver them in 2 months, which is not. So you have to keep reforming while game is on both sides. So it was technology, it was personality, it was admin, it was citizen demand, all four coming together, and very nicely done. NIC had already started doing it from technology. Administration came in terms of the mission mode project, where Mr. Chandrasekhar conceptualized mission mode, giving a formal shape of mission mode project, taking recognition from the respective ministries, making it a wholesome product.
The 9 mission mode projects which we started.
In fact, there were many more.
Yes. But it started with something like
9. The transport, public distribution system, rural development and all. But first project, see, there are 2 aspects. So one is internal within the government, what is happening. Within the government, land record was happening from 89. It is the longest e-governance project which has survived, and still a lot more has to be done.
Land record.
It started 88. Total sanitation campaign was one project, which is now Swachh Bharat Mission. In 2000 became the first project online where the report submission, progress report submission became online. No paper reports from state government, from district. One officer, Kumar Alok from Tripura cadre, was there. He just did it. NIC was, of course, doing the software part, but it was, as I said, that only technology will not succeed.
Correct.
NIC could have gone to a limit.
Correct.
But unless you are meet
technology plus administration,
administrative reforms, and that's what happened. And it became totally online. MNREGA came in 2005-06 in Barpeta. It was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. And overnight, we were asked to prepare. Earlier, there used to be a program, Food for Work, and MNREGA drew a lot of inspiration from the Maharashtra EGS program, Employment Guarantee Program. And it was launched at national level. And we were asked, and our team, I mean, you won't believe, we started with the SQL. MS SQL. Sorry, MS Access.
This is National Rural Employment
Guarantee Program, MS Access database.
तो करते क्या है, मतलब आप लोग वहां से
No, we created the interface backend, the MS Access, because we didn't know what kind of load is going to. We didn't have full scale, because nobody is giving, everybody is learning while doing, including the governance. Forget about the e-governance. So we will follow their path. What kind of load is going to come? Idea was that create a system where you could capture the job seekers detail, registration process, job seeking process, job allotment process, must roll process, payment process. That was the big vision. But we started, so we said, okay, kuch data aayega. And there was a guarantee of 100 days of employment to each family who comes and seeks the from Gram Panchayat. So data entry will happen Gram Panchayat wise. So we started MS Access for each state. And very shortly we realized this was stupidity. And
it's not scalable.
It's not scalable. Then we did the MS Access district-wise, 600 installation. Still it was a stupidity. Very shortly we realized. And then we went for MS SQL. and the complete installation. And we are surviving so far.
Excellent.
Still. And then a lot of reforms took place in the must roll, in the schedule of rates, single account. The Joint Secretary Amita Sharma and many people contributed, and we kept getting the requirement. It was more of agile, helplessly doing agile work in 2009 because nobody was in position to give the requirement for next 15 days or 1 month in advance.
Correct.
And I write the SRS. Abhi karo, शाम तक कर दो, online कर दो. We were moving at that, and it was the first program where digital signature was implemented at the panchayat level. Panchayat secretary was supposed to. It was the first program where panchayat connectivities were used, tested through CSC or from panchayat, and data was flowing in terms of gigabyte per day.
And how many panchayats we are talking about today?
250,000.
250,000.
Gram panchayats. And we had a very fair competition with the private. It was not given on platter to NIC. NIC prepared software and TCS came up with their own model, and they successfully launched it in Andhra Pradesh. And they were trying to deploy at other places. So everywhere we have to go and make presentation.
Efforts.
And so the places, Mr. S.N. Tripathi came forward, and first he came forward in Odisha. He was RD Secretary. He said, I will implement. And he ran a GramSat program where he provided the connectivity through ISRO to blocks, recruited engineers at block level, and he successfully executed.
This is e-Panchayat, right?
No, this is NREGA.
This is NREGA. Okay.
The e-Panchayat came in 2012.
Later.
It was the e-Panchayat came subsequently. Since the ministry was formed in 2005-06, they did a roundtable. Mr. Manishankar Ayyar, the then Panchayati Raj minister, he took 7 roundtable conferences to understand people's aspiration. What level of devolution in functionaries should happen. Because each state has its own Panchayati Raj, so level of variations are there. After doing all that, he said that why don't we computerize? And then we did information need assessment across the country with the question that if computers are given to the panchayat, apart from NREGA, what else will you do? If the computers are given to block panchayat, jila panchayat, what do you plan to do? And we collected the questionnaire, analyzed it, and there are almost 10 areas which emerged across the country that we would like to manage our finances, we would like to plan, we would like to do service delivery, we would like to, many things, audit. So 10 modules, and my Panchayati Raj Ministry asked us to prepare those 10 module, common, configurable, open source. That was the first program. NREGA was running on Microsoft technology, but for Panchayati Raj, just because of paucity of fund, we went open source. First time a project went on a grand scale based on the open source, based on the information need assessment, formal requirement engineering done, formally enterprise architecture discipline applied, and we prepared Panchayat Enterprise Suite, which was launched on 24th April 2012.
So I think this is the time when the role of architecture and the
first
standards started coming to shape, correct?
Because there were a mission mode project on the standards, but it was not gathering momentum. I think that area was one which was pretty heavily ignored. That's why you see most of the system still lacks interoperability. Because data and metadata standards by most of the domains are not. Yes, location is there, but that emerged from Panchayati Raj, LGD, local government directory. Earlier, if you ask 10 department how many villages are there, how many panchayats are there, number will differ. Even within the central ministries, we set up local government directory, which is updated by state government. It's one of the module under e-Panchayat, so now everybody uses the same code. So interoperability is so. Prior to that, before 2012, there was discussion. There was a mission mode project, but enough importance was not given to the data and metadata standard. Otherwise, we would have achieved our ranking much higher in UN index or so on and so forth.
अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताइए, is there a reform which people celebrate but do not understand?
I will quote one example. One of the module under e-Panchayat was Service Plus. We studied all the state online services. By 2010, many states were delivering, Kerala and many other states, proactively delivering online services. I think that time it was 600. So we got the data of those 600.
Online services, when you say एक आध example
They're
दीजिए
like
उसमें से.
birth certificate, applying
अच्छा.
for birth certificate, death certificate, residency certificate, marriage certificate, and so on and so forth. So we collected the data. And we saw the application form क्या है, conditions क्या हैं, process क्या है, किस clerk के पास delay में पहुंचता है, कौन उसको approve करता है, कौन reject करता है, workflow. तो अब बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट के पता चला 20 मॉड्यूल हर राज्य में अपने अपने चल रहे हैं with this probably 30% variation apart from language. So we generalized everything and we made Service Plus. And we said that all the building block, drag and drop. It's a low code, no code platform based on open source. Bring any service and you can configure it along with the workflow, task, everything done.
Oh.
Without writing any code.
तो आपने PaaS उस समय बना दिया.
PaaS उसमें बना दिया 2012 में.
Platform as a service. I mean
platform as a service. And it was security audited. So आपको host करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Ministry of Panchayati was sponsoring the bill. And आप बस केवल अपनी, as long as you know business process, you can configure it and go online within a half an hour. No issue. And it had integration with bank, UPI integration, all kind of integration, whichever was emerging at that point of time, but didn't take off. Maharashtra became with the Panchayat service. Chhattisgarh came online with few Panchayat services. I mean, and then Mr. Satyanarayana became secretary, I suppose, 17, 18. And we said, sir, have a look at it. And he called us. He's very fine brain, understands technology. We gave him 3 days presentation.
3 days?
3 days during lunchtime.
Achha.
During lunchtime. And he used to offer us dosa. And trust me, after 3 days, his question was, so when I configure my service, you prepare a code and or you have a rule engine? I said, I don't do anything. Me and Rama Hariharan, of course. I was only conceptualizing. My team led by Mrs. Rama Hariharan was next to me. She was the one who architected the entire system. And and so many other people in the team. I said, we don't do anything. It just happens. Every logic goes into database and we pick up on the fly, even in the application form. He said, it's before time. I'm sorry, you are Mishra before time. And then he didn't go for further meetings.
Oh.
He didn't go because he was unable to appreciate that this job could have been done by National Informatics Centre professionals. Or probably this could be thought beyond time, before time.
So it was before.
Because entire e-district project was funding the states on the service delivery. कि आपने 500 सर्विस 50 सर्विस कर दी तो इतना फंड दे दिया, इतना फंड दे दिया. Here was a solution which was negating all that kind of thing. And today, if you go Service Plus on serviceonline.gov.in, almost 30 states with more than 3,500 services, millions of money collected, millions of application without spending money. And in case you're like ERP, in case your service cannot be configured using it, you can attach the tenancy code to tweak the behavior of the process or the form to meet your requirement. But that's applicable only in 10%. 90% routine services can be done without writing any code.
तो एक बार आपने वो जो PaaS बना दिया उसके बाद.
And it kept evolving. The Haryana became Dr. R.K. Gupta from Haryana. He was an additional chief secretary and he launched 400 services. Mr. Rajiv Chawla. I mean, these are the people who taught us and also took our product in Karnataka. Some 600 services in one go. He says, Mishra, kar kya diya tune? ऐसे ही बोला था. And he's very aggressive and demand-oriented man. If he's listening, I'm sorry, but credit goes to him. He made us to increase the feature. These are the people, and we love such client.
Who can put a challenge.
Who can put a challenge and can improve the system. Their intention is not to defeat you, to improve you. Not to demean you.
Correct.
Qualify you. These are the people who have... So, we kept rising. Meanwhile, I was also given the project of, so apart from drinking water, panchayati raj, rural development, land record, property registration, I was also given e-court in 2014. The software which was
E-court,
going on
so-
under the direction of e-committee, and NIC was executing agency, and there was, I think, 13,000 or 14,000 courts where hardware
District
had
courts.
gone. District courts, hardware had gone, and there was no inventory. So we tried to contribute as much as possible. Then the idea of having one mobile app where a person can check the status of the case, hearing, many more things e-committee was guiding, and we tried to facilitate them. Mr. Sarma was our secretary. He tried to guide us. National Judicial Data Grid was advancing in stage. So I was there 1.5 years, and I tried to contribute. That gave me adequate understanding of
So
that.
incidentally, I started working in e-courts when I was very young that point of time.
Okay.
And I worked with the chairman of e-committee,
Mhm.
Justice Bharuka.
Okay.
Justice Bharuka, and I should, जैसे आप कह रहे हैं कि कुछ stalwarts होते हैं. He was a Supreme Court
Yes.
justice, and then he came. And the passion which he had,
Yes.
कि कैसे हमें टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करना है टू सिंप्लीफाई एंड टू एक्सपेडाइट द कोर्ट प्रोसेसेस. एंड मैंने उनके साथ 2-3 घंटे बिताए जहां पर ही वाज ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम लिनक्स बेस्ड लैपटॉप क्यों दें, हम माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के साथ क्यों नहीं जाते हैं. तो दोज वर द टाइम व्हेन वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट ओपन सोर्स एंड अदर स्टफ. ओके सर, सो नाउ कमिंग टू दैट, how you would share a specific or rather how I should say that, can you share a specific e-governance project? And I know आपने बहुत सारे करे हैं तो बड़ा मुश्किल है, जैसे मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कौन सा बच्चा फेवरेट है, but still I am saying that if you have to name one e-governance project which has genuinely improved citizen lives,
where I have been part.
You maybe or you may not be, but you believe that has really changed the lives of the citizens. Maybe आज की डेट में बहुत कॉमन हो गया है, but you know,
at that point of time
जब वो हुआ उसके बाद the life has changed.
No, generally, if it is across the domain of discourse, the railway ticket computerization, the UPI and the bank computerization were the early flag bearers who stole the scene and really gave confidence to the possible consumer of government-centered public reform, that yes, if it can happen in bank, if I can book my ticket, if I can, and the subsequently UPI.
UPI तो खैर
बहुत बाद में आया.
Yes.
But जहां तक मेरा इन्वॉल्वमेंट का बात है, लैंड रिकॉर्ड एंड द नरेगा, these two projects, NREGA was purely public centric, where people can come, register, seek the job, self-up projects, the planning, and the Service Plus. These are the project which is close to my heart, and I feel that they have facilitated, improved the life of citizen experience and the government process internally as well. I mean, today NREGA soft they manages almost zero float account. The government, it's a single account payment. Everybody has been given. Of course, one project, if you don't mention the entire this internal government reform, is a PFMS. PFMS, Public Finance Management System, which manages the finances of the government of India and the releases.
That would be the backbone, actually.
That is a backbone and enabler. Otherwise, in NREGA, we used to talk to 30 banks, setting up connection, calling each port by port, and security was hassle and protocols were different. Now we don't do that. We just call, we give our payment file to the PFMS, and PFMS talks to the bank, and we get the acknowledgement or rejection back. PFMS, CGA, led by Mr. Deepakk Sen and prior leaders. Deepakk Sen Gupta is the DDG and NIC. Phenomenal job. Absolutely. Today it's a robust platform, and all DDOs in the country uses it. And every minute you can, the decision makers in the finance ministry know how much is spent today, how much is released today, where is the float, which agency. Very few countries in the world have such system. Brazil used to have, but this is in the scale which nobody can match. These are the eye-openers. Suddenly, PFMS, if you see, NREGA, if you see, 250,000 gram panchayats using. And
That is at scale.
And nowhere, and we have not become a newspaper item that it was hacked or it was matlab,
बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें
there were
चुपचाप
issues,
चलती
there were
रहती हैं.
issues, yeah, there were issues, but it's a tremendous. Similarly, IVFRT running across the globe, the embassy, Indian embassy is using for all kind of
Identity verification,
visa grant, the passport and many other things.
I know. मेरे हिसाब से तो the change which was brought over by IRCTC ticketing system जहाँ घंटों लगते थे, हालांकि आज भी कमियां निकाल सकते हैं, but still, you know, it is something which has evolved. And passport seva, the way the passports are made today.
Initially, NIC was doing it. Subsequently, TCS now improved it better. Ministry has been working.
And the UPI जो पहले लोग हंसते थे कि कैसे सब्जी वाला 2 रुपए देगा, but today I see even 1 रुपए भी अगर हम देते हैं, so that is something which is phenomenal.
नहीं, मैं बता रहा हूँ कि जो UPI ने किया है वो बहुत अलग कैटेगरी का है पासपोर्ट सेवा से. पासपोर्ट लेने कितनी पॉपुलेशन इस देश की जाती है.
वो तो आप ठीक करें. एग्जैक्टली.
आज मेरी जमीन इटावा में है, आप यूएस में बैठे हो, आप ऑनलाइन जाके अपने जमीन के देख सकते हो कि मतलब आप जगह पे है कि नहीं की है.
और ये कितना बड़ा विषय है,
कितनी बड़ा विषय है, जिसके लिए हमें लेखपाल के even me, I have experienced that chasing the lekpal to get when my father passed away in 2002, and he came and delivered the paper at home, but then he would, knowing fully well that where am I sitting and I can get access to everything, but otherwise he would not give simply. आज भी नहीं देता है. आप जनता के सामने है, अनऑथराइज आप जितना डाउनलोड कर लो, आपको पता.
तो अगर कोई देखना चाहे तो क्या साइट है सर, आप बताइए.
हर प्रदेश की अपनी साइट, भू अभिलेख यूपी की है, bhuabhlekh.up. नक्शा, अब तो नक्शा भी आ गए. So we prepared a low code solution, भू नक्शा, to because now
भूलेख जो कहते हैं, भूलेख प्रोजेक्ट इससे लिंक्ड है.
So there are two things in the land record. One is a textual data. Mr. Sushant owns land, this number of land, this parcel in this village, in this district. This is textual part. But what is the map size of that? What are the lat long of boundary? Where is it located? That program is now getting emphasis. Digitization of map.
So GIS के साथ आ रहा है.
GIS के साथ.
And this is for cities as well?
Cities के साथ अलग प्रोग्राम है, not part of the land record.
Okay.
But अब land record ministry को शायद वो भी दे दिया गया है, urban land records. Urban land record, not the residential portion. और पंचायती राज मिनिस्ट्री ने इसके साथ, अपने देश में आपको विश्वास होगा, 2022 में लॉन्च हुआ है, 22 में ही लॉन्च हुआ था, 21 में स्वामित्व प्रोजेक्ट. उसके पहले मेरा गांव है, घर में मेरा गांव में घर है, लेकिन मेरे पास कोई पेपर नहीं है. So that I can prove, I cannot put that on mortgage. We, Panchayati Raj Ministries, and I was working with them, we initiated the Swamitwa project where हर गांव के घर की पार्सल बाउंड्री और रिकॉर्ड जैसे लैंड रिकॉर्ड के होते हैं, वैसे ही आपको स्वामित्व का पेपर दिया जाएगा. उसको खतौनी की बजाय घरौनी बोलते हैं.
अच्छा,
बहुत बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट था, मैसिव ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. तो जो 6 लाख गांव हमारे देश में हैं, उनके जो निवासी हैं, जो आबादी एरिया में रहते हैं, उनके पास अपने घरों के पेपर नहीं थे. जस्ट बिकॉज मेरे पिताजी रहते थे, बाबा रहते थे, तो ये घर मेरा है. अगर उस पर कोई कब्जा कर ले तो आई हैड नो लीगल प्रूफ टू से दैट दिस इज नॉट योर हाउस. आज लोगों के पास उनके पट्टे मिल रहे हैं, जिसको वो बैंक में भी रख के लोन भी ले सकते हैं, जैसे कि एग्रीकल्चर लैंड के रख सकते हैं. सो कुछ नई जमीनों की तलाश हुई है ई गवर्नेंस में. ये जो स्ट्रक्चर्ड डोमेन होते थे, बैंकिंग, डिफेंस, कॉर्पोरेट, MCA 21, ये तो संगठित क्षेत्र हैं. जो असंगठित, जो भूले बिसरे क्षेत्र थे ग्रामीण में, उन क्षेत्रों में मैंने और मेरी टीम ने काम किया. और मुझे मतलब
जहां भारत असल में बसता है,
हाँ, जहां
कहा जाता है,
हर इंच की लड़ाई एक दुर्लभ और कठिन काम होती है.
So Mr. Ji, looking at 5 years, what's one change you would like to see in e-governance, and where do you see that AI can really help, or where it should stay away?
I would it's very difficult to say one. I would like to see many, but predictive service delivery is one. Currently it's reactive. I apply, so I get it. There are countries in the world which are proactively taking care of their citizen. If that happens, it will be very innovative for the Indian population, because I have your data now.
Correct.
Your profile, your consumption profile of government scheme, other schemes. So much of digitization is happening. That's 360, if not 360 degree, 325-degree capture is there. Based on that, I think we should make beginning of predictive service delivery proactively. That means predictive. Be within the government. So this is for the people. Within the government, I think we have lot of work to be doing on self-caring registries, self-healing registries. You have beneficiary ID, you have asset ID, you have this ID, that ID. There has to be harmonization of these IDs, because UIDI, Aadhaar we can't use everywhere. We have limitations and directions on the uses. So we have right now ABHA ID, then the health ID, a plethora of IDs are there. There has to be a system of alternate ID which can be used across domains and which are self-caring, linked to the various systems, either using blockchain or something else, so that they heal themselves, they update themselves. So two aspects, as you said, one is a predictive service delivery, another is a health, self-caring, self-healing registries. So the need of the system.
So predictive, you means proactive models are trained, wherein if I am an entrepreneur, say MSME, and system tells me that you have not applied, there is a scheme which is available from government and you should apply basis your profile. Absolutely. Something like that.
Absolutely.
And self-healing, if you can decipher in a very simpler way, when you say self-healing IDs, you mean one is consolidation of ID, one ID for across.
Let's talk of blockchain. So we did a project for government of Assam with Dr. Gyanen Tripathi. Pondicherry is doing it, Tamil Nadu is doing it, now Karnataka is doing it, and so maybe I'm not aware now. But at that point of time, we were the first to do it for. So you have land record textual data, database, millions of records. You have cadastral database, which contains the lat-long digitized coordinates of the map, which is called cadastral database. And then you have property registration, where selling and buying happens in the sub-registrar office. Now, intrinsically and organically, all these three are very tightly linked.
Correct.
Semantically, any common sense will say कि ऐसा नहीं बिकना चाहिए और ऐसे नहीं बेचना चाहिए जो उसने own ना किया.
Correct.
So there are ways people say use API and this and that, but nothing can prevent me changing one database backend or the other way without changing the other.
Correct.
Therefore, inconsistencies are likely to arise. Blockchain is one technology which tightly integrate all three of them, and three replicas are kept. Even if you change one, the other two will find inconsistency and you will be rejected.
Correct.
This is a one fine example of self-caring, self-healing.
Okay.
They themselves take care that you can't get away by tampering one.
By tampering. So there could not be any
the hash
tampering.
keys will be identified and you will be discovered that this record was tampered with.
Correct.
That's one example.
Excellent.
I think, within this domain, Department of Land Resource can consider replicating this project across the country. Unless you bind the land record with many other consuming sectors. Government of Andhra Pradesh now has integrated land record with, I think, 10 or 12 departments. Those who consume forest and many other, agriculture, they use this as a service from land record database. Soil testing experiments.
Soil testing, correct.
So there are ways. So self-caring registries plus predictive service delivery, two areas should happen, and which will need a lot of innovation.
Very insightful, very insightful. So before I wrap up and ask you the final question, I know that you have also written many papers, and you have also published many papers, and I'm sure you would have worked along with many of your team members who you may like to acknowledge, who have worked with you, and certain awards which you may like to share with us.
Yes, I have been party to 30 plus publications, published research, in journals, international, national, magazines, refereed journals, US journals. And now I've been reviewer to the journal also. Currently, I am reviewer to ACM Journal, Digital Government, Practice and Research.
Wow.
So it's very, very. I have learned, let me acknowledge, from Richard Heeks. He is considered guru of e-governance, based in London. I think he's with Oxford or something. Yes. Michael Gurstein, he I think is no more, but he way back when India was thinking of community CIC and CSC project, he set up in Canada the community centers because they have very nucleated. There was no Chopal kind of vyavastha in Canada, so he set up the community centers where people can come and chit chat for open space.
Oh,
way back, I'm
my
talking
God.
about 90. And once he came to India also in one of the national conference on e-governance, Michael Gurstein.
Like CSC is aligned to
Yeah.
that process. Okay.
I was also party in a measuring rural e-governance. Measuring rural e-governance effort was made by UN University on e-governance. And Madam Delphina Sores is the vice chancellor, kind of equal director position. We learned a lot of things from him. She remains a committed lady they are the one who organized the international conference on e-governance. And there in Melbourne session, one of the paper on sanitation campaign, use of technology in Swachh Bharat mission was adjudged as a best paper award.
Oh.
And we participated, our colleague, Mr. Om Prakash, Simantini Sen Gupta, and Dr. Gayatri, and so on and so forth, many other people. Coming to this was one award which I merit a lot, and ITU recently awarded our couple of initiatives. To begin with Service Plus, ITU has ITU WSI, World Summit on Information Society, under UNAGs, has set up a champion award, winner award, for doing innovation work. They awarded Service Plus champion award to us. I made the presentation. Subsequently, Audit Online under again ePanchayat, another product was awarded the champion award. And recently again from Panchayati Raj Ministry, Meri Panchayat, third in series from the same ministry, same project, Meri Panchayat after I left. So this is a series of recognition which has encouraged our team. Coming to the team and contribution, I have been blessed, and I acknowledge entire NIC ecosystem for helping me to do what I could do. I don't think ever any Director General placed any restriction on anybody doing some creative work. Apart and name, I mean, we got a Scotch Award, Digital India Award, Manthan Award, Microsoft Award, Open Group Award, series of awards for NREGA, Service Plus, and many other products. Fertilizer. I forgot to mention the fertilizer management system, right from import of nutrients to the factory, to the wholesale, to the retailer, with the POS. It's done by NIC. Excellent. And I became instrument in that. And Mr. Das, who was the secretary and subsequently became the Reserve Bank governor, and now he's advisor to Prime Minister. He was the key decision maker, and they were a private industry. They wanted to award, but they gave it to me, NIC karegi. Mishra ji, kar loge na? Trust me. Itni baat, Mr. And I was sitting back in the meeting. कर लोगे ना आप लोग? टैगिंग वैगिंग हो जाएगी, RFID हो जाएगी बैग में. हाँ सर कर लेंगे, थोड़ा मौका चाहिए. And दे दिया, and we ran.
And interestingly, NIC also worked with the industry partners, the
Yes.
company like us, through NIC directly or by NIXI, by providing us the work, because then we are able to contribute to these e-governance projects. I mean, I have seen it for last more than 2 decades.
So as I said, Ministry of Electronics, Information Technologies, our ministry, NIC's ministry, and NIC is an attached organization set up to promote and apply information technology across different layers. So in fact, NIC sits on center-state relation. Correct. Information. So we manage the state government data, but we don't give it to this central government without their permission. Correct. So we maintain information integrity, because this is the time where information war happens.
Correct.
And Nixie is our sister organization to facilitate the procurement window.
Yes.
Procurement of resources, be it hardware, software, logistic, manpower,
Services.
association with industry, engagement with industry. Now, this journey, so whatever we have been talking so long is not journey of DC Mishra. Please take it as a journey of ecosystem, which was facilitated by my direct reportees and also many other stalwart within NIC. Take it Dr. Vaiki Sharma, Dr. Moni, Mr. Mohan, and I mentioned T.T. Prasad, P. Ravi Kumar, V.V. Naidu, the man who ran ARNET and subsequently took the STPI to the heights where they are currently today. Mr. Goyal, Rajiv Goyal, Mr. Balan, Dr. Shefali Das. I'm sure you are familiar
I've worked with Dr.
Madhuri
Shefali Das.
Sharma, Dr. D.R. Shukla managed
Yes.
the land record for Mr. Vinay Thakur.
Yes.
Mr. Prasant Mittal.
Vinay.
I mean, I'm telling you, these are the team people who closely worked with us. Mr. P.K. Mittal, Mr. Rama Hariharan. Mr. P.K. Mittal is retiring today. Rama Hariharan, Simantini Sengupta managed the Swachh Bharat mission during 2014, the heydays, demand days, Jal Jeevan mission, piped water supply going and managing the IoT work and the entire ecosystem of drinking water and sanitation. Anjali Dhingra, Mani Khaneja, Sanjay Pandey, Ajay Madhukar Joshi. I can go on.
I know.
I'm sorry I'm taking your time, but I can't resist. Suchitra Pyarelal did. First, apart from doing many other things, Nita and our management wanted that we should have exclusive data center for Northeast. And our officer there, Suchitra Pyarelal, and I was the state coordinator for Assam. We managed to get a piece of land, and then the current chief minister was the finance minister, and he was very large-hearted to grant us the data center space, which is meant for exclusively for Northeastern.
In Assam?
In Assam. It is yet to be launched. It's getting ready. The land was given and then the party awarding, and then now it's done. Suchitra Pyarelal made it happen. Correct. Before that, she was managing e-office. Subsequently, Rachna Srivastava managed it. Dr. Seema Khanna, RS Money. They are the people. So they may not have reported to me directly, but whenever we need arises, they were there.
Correct.
They were there, which gave us the confidence. Dr. Gayatri, managing Collab Files, now she's SIO Rajasthan. Dr. Ganesh Khananga Venkatesh, the old stalwart of land record, who made it happen. K.S. Raghavan, Mohandas, designer. You see all VIP sites managed by one designer. We have one BTech, IIT BTech, DES design fellow, Mohandas. He's a DDG now, manages the aesthetics of, so whenever the look and feel is to be done, we'll catch hold of him. That please help us. Dharmendra Yadav, Jaideep Som, Alok Tiwari, IPS Sethi, SK Dikshit. At the DIU level, Arvind Dadhich, Saurav Gupta, what can I can go on and on.
I can understand your sentiments.
Wadhwa, Sriram, these are the people who made DC Mishra what DC Mishra is today. Dr. Onkar Rai, who was working with me, did a great job. I did mention the name of the people who are in the governance, from where I learned a lot. Technology team to a large number, and those names skipped. I apologize for them, but it's a paucity of time. I can't go on. But one segment where I need to mention is my family support. My wife, Dr. Neelu Mishra, though being cardiac patient, she, with her immense positive attitude and strength, took care of the family affairs, 3 daughters, Deepti, Kirti, Adya, and was always helping me out to do office job. Often I'll reach late, often I'll be on tour. Nothing this would have been possible if her attitude or the strength, even being sick sometime, would have come in the way. I'm grateful to them, thankful to them for their cooperation. My mother-in-law, Sudha Agnihotri, his another daughter, Rani, Dheeraj Agnihotri, son, everybody was very cooperative. I've already mentioned my sister's role. So I was blessed to have cooperation from all segments of life. Thank you, guys. I had chance to meet former US President Mr. Barack Obama when he visited Mumbai, India in November 2010. We had put up e-Panchayat stall there along with other exhibitors, and myself and Mr. D.K. Jain had a chance to interact with him, answered his queries. It was a very nice experience, a very simple man.
Ah, I can
I will
understand.
pause here. I'm sorry if I skip somebody's name, but I think I owe them a lot.
No, I can understand the emotions. It is like when the film is finished, you see the name of the, lead actor,
Grateful.
actress, but then there are so many people along with the co-workers, the co-actors, the co-heroes, the co-heroines, and that is the
And this
sentiment
does
he's
not
going
end
through.
here. My
Yes.
family, my sisters. Actually, I was studying in a village, and she hijacked me one day from the village, because village atmosphere in those days used to be what you can imagine, especially in Itawa.
Itawa.
And she just, without announcing, morning I got up and my few clothes were ready, bag, chalo Kanpur chalte. You will not study here, you will study there.
What is her name?
Srimati Kusma Devi. And she is like mother to me. My another sister, all one is 20-year-old, another is 10-year-old, elder to me, Susma Devi, and their kids, matlab they were all of my age. S.K. Dikshit is one of them, Sarita, and the Archana. They were all so cooperative. And then I stayed with sister's house and I studied Kanpur, and Kanpur became Kanpur. I mean, it's still lovely place, and in spite of all drawbacks with the Kanpur pollution, I think I feel healthy there.
Oh, I love the golgappas and the different panis in Kanpur,
My
apart from the
wife,
normal things. Yeah.
and see, you have to see the entire journey in the backdrop. I was dealing with the rural development, Panchayati Raj most of the time, or external affairs ministry also, Dr. R.K. Mishra. But most of these jobs were demanding tours, and it should not be mentioned, but I helplessly, my wife is a cardiac patient, and looking after my three daughters. Deepti, she's in US now, and Kirti and Adya, and taking care of aged parents, living in government quarter. I could not have done anything, all this,
Without their
their
support.
credit goes to all these people.
Absolutely.
Of course, you need blessing of Guru, or you need blessing of God. But these are the gods and gurus and support system which made us possible. Let me acknowledge, I am grateful to all of you, be it a technical community, be it an administrative community, or my family, that whatever I could do because of you. And passion to do public good remains, because I started my journey from village. Today I can see the allocation of money to my village panchayat on the which was not possible. Information poverty has been reduced to a large extent.
Correct.
It is information poverty. Reduction of that was my mission.
Excellent. That is so emotional and so impactful. Okay, sir. So, if we just to wrap up, what is the one piece of advice you will give to Gen Z, the Gen Z professionals, and the current officers? And I know you like to dwell over it, but my request would be if you just give them two advice and single liners so that they take it and they reach out to you through the channels if they need more feedback, more guidance.
I will obey now, Sushant. Go one liner. Go for ecosystem approach. Mahatma Gandhi said that whatever you're doing, keep the interest of last man in the line in your view. Is it helping you? Would it help your consumer? Would it help the citizen, common man in the country? So go with ecosystem approach, go with passion. जवानी बार बार नहीं आती है, एक बार करके जी के देख लो, जिससे कहानियां सुनाने का भविष्य में मौका मिले. राष्ट्र कवि दिनकर जी की पंक्तियां अगली पीढ़ी के लिए मेरे संदेश या सजेशन के लिए काफ़ी मुझे उपयोगी लग रही हैं। 4 लाइनें हैं। सेनानी करो प्रयाण अभय, भावी इतिहास तुम्हारा है। सेनानी करो प्रयाण अभय, भावी इतिहास तुम्हारा है। ये नखत अमा के बुझते हैं, सारा आकाश तुम्हारा है।
क्या बात है. That's such a powerful way to sum up. Such a powerful way to sum up. So thank you, Mishra ji. Thank you so much for not just sharing what you built, but what you thought while building it. It has been a emotional experience going through this duration of the podcast. And while I know you for many years, I started working with him when he was looking after the Panchayat project, say around 15 years back or more than that. And somehow, in one form or the other, we have been talking to each other. It is a pleasure to host you, to talk to you. And I hope that the experiences which you have shared would help many of the young officers and young professionals in their career, and not only in their career but also in their personal life. But मैं end करने से पहले, I know मैंने एक चीज़ आपके बारे में नहीं बताई थी और वो आपने खुद ही साक्षात उदाहरण भी दे दिया, बट फिर भी मैं बोलता हूँ कि मिश्रा जी न सिर्फ एक टेक्नोक्रेट हैं, न सिर्फ एक वाइबेशियस रीडर हैं और ऑरेटर हैं, बट एज अ ऑरेटर ये बहुत अच्छी कविताएं भी लिखते हैं और बहुत अच्छे से उनको प्रस्तुत भी करते हैं. इनफैक्ट ऑन न्यू ईयर द पोएम विच यू सेंड मी was fantastic. And since we are recording it in the middle of January, I know that culture of saying Happy New Year only on the 1st, but I believe we can still do it. So I leave on to you before we end. एक कोई आपकी चहेती पोएम जो आप विदा लेने से पहले पेश करना चाहें.
नेक्स्ट जेन को आपने स्वतंत्रता दी है, तो मैं 2 बातें बताना चाहूंगा. और ई गवर्नेंस इज अ मूविंग गोल पोस्ट. इट्स नेवर फाइनल, नेवर डन. कीप रीडिंग, कीप लर्निंग न्यू टेक, otherwise you will face professional death. 2 mantras have to be. NIC के बारे में आपने एक प्रश्न पूछा था कि NIC आपको कैसी लगती है. I did not answer at that point of time. I kept it for the last. छोटी सी 4 लाइनें हैं जो मैंने NIC के लिए अपनी भावनाओं को व्यक्त करते हुए लिखी हैं. सूचना को साध कर जिसने शासन को स्वर दिया. सूचना को साध कर जिसने शासन को स्वर दिया, कागज से डिजिटल तक का स्वप्न साकार किया. यह गीत नहीं, युग की गाथा का सजीव प्रमाण है. NIC यहां शब्द नहीं, राष्ट्र का संकल्प है.
बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा.
ये NIC के प्रति मेरी भावनाएं. मेरे लिए मंदिर है, मेरे लिए कार्यस्थल है, मेरे लिए खेलने की जगह है, कार्य करने की जगह है. NIC government gave me enough and I gave enough, adequate, whatever I had, with best of my abilities, back to the government.
Excellent.
For public good.
Excellent. Thank you so much again, Mishra ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you and sharing my team experiences. So one of my early favorite book in terms of technology was on knowledge management. Its title is Tacit Dimension by Michael Poliani. And the key line from that book emerges that you can never tell more than what you know. जितना आप जानते हैं वो से पूरा पूरा आप कभी नहीं बता सकते. ये सारांश है उसका. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with Uneecops Insight. And that's all for this podcast. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned for many other episodes. Thank you.